Alright, the next drawing is for the sparker bracket. We do have these angles, and it is common practice to dimension on the object when dimensioning interior angles, which does not sound right compared to our dimensioning notes, but interior angles are typically dimensioned on the part. So we'll have 30 and 75 degree angles dimensioned on the part. Be careful where you dimension. Do not dimension to the fillets. Your dimensions will typically be 3 millimeters short if you dimension from this edge to the bottom instead of from this surface to the bottom. The same thing typically happens here. We have a countersink hole. We need to create a countersink note. We're going to do this with a leader line that will allow us to type in text, and we're going to add some symbols. Degree symbol, countersink symbol, diameter symbol. And we'll format that. This part is in millimeters. Number of decimal places is 0. Since we're in metric, no trailing zeros. A scale of 2 to 3. So let's make a drawing from this design. Due to the fact that we will use a scale of 2 to 3, my hidden lines are turned on. Front view. We want this front view to be in the lower left-hand corner. It shows the longest overall length. If this view is not the view you're looking for, you can change this. If you sketched in the wrong plane, forget about what it says, top, front, or right side. I can change that initial view that I want to project off of by selecting a different view. What you're looking for is the view that looks like this. So here's my initial view, and I'm going to project off of it, or my parent view. Top, right side, and isometric. Isometric, shaded, and get scaled down. I've had this question numerous times, how come these lines don't form? That is where all these fillets are taking place, and it doesn't like these contoured edges. There are some settings that you can change, but they don't seem to help a whole lot. That's too many. That's better. But what we really need to dimension is the width of the rib. So I don't know if I'd make too many changes here, but it can be done. I do have hidden lines already established, so I need some center lines and some center marks. Center marks, pretty straightforward. You have 2 holes. Center lines, you have the countersink holes here, as well as the 2 countersink holes here. Dimensioning. Most of the dimensioning is pretty straightforward. Overall length, width, and height. In millimeters. Since I'm changing to millimeters, I do not need any decimal places for this one, and trailing zeros are turned off in a metric drawing. Now let's continue on. Height, overall width. Actually, I'll take the overall width here at the top. Nothing else is going to happen up here. The 2 10mm cuts, this could not be taken in the top view because I'd be dimensioning to a hidden line. And I need the height of that cut. To avoid crossing extension lines, there's a good spot to put that. Alright, so don't just come in here and measure from here to here. I'm dimensioning to the bottom side of this fillet. This dimension is supposed to be 25. I need to reference the surface that I want to take the dimension from. So this typically happens up here as well. From here to this vertical surface is 20. Oh, let's finish off with some linear dimensions. Hole placement. 38. 18. Placement of the rib. We can assume that the feature is centered. And we already know it's 38 back. We need another dimension of 18. Fits in between the arrowheads readily. And we need the width of the rib. So in terms of linear dimensions, that should really finish this off. We have some angular dimensions. Again, interior angles are typically placed on the object. 30 and 2 dimensions of 75. We have nothing that notes that these are the same angle. All we really have left is dimensioning this countersunk hole. We are going to add a note with a leader line. By referencing the outside diameter, we are getting the leader line and the arrowhead all at one time. So it did generate some text here, but we want to create the correct text. So the diameter. We have symbols, so I want a diameter for the drilled hole that is 7. This symbol is for depth. Well, we're not showing depth. It's through all. Right now I have a countersink symbol. If you happen to delete this V is the symbol for countersink. The squared U is for counterbore. If you hover over them, it will tell you what it is, by the way. Well, that diameter, insert the symbol, is 12. At 82 degrees. If this did not come up as 82 degrees, oops, you can manually input that 82 and a degree symbol. So there is my countersink information. 2 holes that are a diameter of 7. The countersink is a diameter of 12 at 82 degrees. Now that you've established this, you may need to adjust its placement, which you can move this around. Okay, so that takes care of adding the note for the countersink. We do have a note for rounds and fillets in all capital letters. Or a radius of 3 on this one. Here in the upper right hand corner, our font size is 0.1, as all of our other dimensions are. And that'll do it. Add the title block. This is the sparker bracket. Your name. This one's in millimeters, ISO. We use the scale of 2 to 3. And the date that this is due is the 21st. And the date of the 28th. And there you have it.